sauce.
Oh, yeah. Let's get sauce.
Episode 11, we're kicking it off with some ways that you can get rich without working.
Get rich fast.
So if you like to make millions of dollars in one day, we have a few ideas for you. So we got 5 big bank heists for you we're going to talk about that made some big money.
Yeah, some millionaires.
Almost some billionaires.
Almost some billionaires.
Yeah.
Just shy of a billion.
There was some shady shit going on.
Super shady shit going on.
And we're going to talk about it.
Bank robberies are pretty shady shit, so.
Basically, if you want to rob banks, there's 2 countries you should be going to.
Yep.
You will know what they are in just a second.
Yeah.
Okay, first up on our list, number 5 in the countdown is Banco Central. It was in Fortaleza, Brazil, and these dudes got off with about 71.6 million USD.
Yep, big money.
All the figures we're going to be giving you today are in USD. Obviously, they were stolen in different currencies, but we're giving you the figures in USD.
Yeah.
2005, 71.6 million robbed from Brazil. Okay.
Yep.
Now, this was a pretty cool little scheme.
It was.
These guys went all out for it.
Yes, but in that sense, it seems pretty simple.
I mean, this idea, they really dug deep.
They did dig deep.
Literally
dug deep. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What happened was this group of criminals, they rented a house not too far from the bank, registered it as a landscaping company, and they spent months just digging an underground tunnel from this house that they were renting to
the Banco Central bank vault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right under the bank. It took them months to do it. They had a big group of guys doing it. All in all, I think there was about 25 members.
Yeah.
25 members. They did catch some of them. 8 of them got arrested. They recovered about 20 million of the money, but most of them got away, and most of the money's still out there.
That's a classic. Like that's some movie shit, right? Like you could base a movie on this, dude. A bunch of fake landscapers digging a tunnel to the bottom of the bank vault. Like some classic shit.
That's like some El Chapo shit.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. It is some El Chapo shit.
I mean, this has been used by many bank robbers. This is not the first time this scheme has been thought up.
Tunnels have been built.
Right.
Tunnels have been built.
And it seems like you just dig up under the bank and you just dynamite your way under.
Yeah, I mean, either they dynamite or cut it out or something, but yeah.
A lot of these banks, I guess, don't have security measures for that. I don't know. This was a recent one, too. This was in 2005, so, we still had technology and laser sensors and all that.
And you'll see a little bit of a common theory with these. They were all relatively recent. They all actually, besides one, happened in a, 10-year span?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, they were, came pretty...
Number 4 on our list is Securitas Depot bank robbery.
Yeah,
okay, it's not a bank, sorry, it's a depot robbery.
Yeah.
Now, this was also recent in 2006, and it was the largest cash robbery in British history.
Yeah.
They got away with close to 83 million USD, and they pretty much got all of it. They did. They recovered less than half of it.
Yeah.
Most of it's still out there.
Yeah.
This was another super gangster plot, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a gangster plot.
Well, some of them, they try to path of least resistance.
Yeah.
This was definitely not the path of least resistance.
No, this also some movie shit.
This was the path of most resistance, I think.
Yeah, took the bank manager hostage, took the family members of the bank manager hostage. I mean, take some fucking balls.
Yeah. He said it exactly right. What happened was they went in, they knew who the branch manager was, where he lived. They stormed his house, kidnapped him, took his family hostage, and basically took him to the depot and said, give us all the codes, let us in the door, let us into the vault, everything, tied him up, had his family tied up, and basically told him, if you say anything or do anything, we're going to kill you and your family. He had no choice. He had to give him all the codes and stuff, and these guys had free reign all night to just clear out the whole vault.
Yeah, they had free reign for a little while until they got caught.
Yep, they did get caught.
Yeah.
The mastermind kind of behind all of it was a man named Lee Murray.
Yeah.
These people just kind of spread out. It was in Kent, England.
Yeah.
Now, see, this is something that I would expect a little bit more on the bigger list, because when you have the banks that are in smaller areas, not like the big guarded cities or, inside a big metropolis, Kent, it's not a small place, but it's not a huge place either. So, they were able to, I think, have a little bit less security. But, yeah, they still got off with a bunch. They were kind of busted when one of the makeup artists who had helped make the mask.
Yeah, I guess they had some pretty intricate masks that were pretty intense. And they were able to trace the masks back to a person who makes them, and they were fucked.
Right, and so basically they gave them a deal and said, hey, you're either going to jail for a long time or you're going to roll over on your people, tell us who did it. They rolled over, and they busted a lot of the group. They did catch a lot of them. They didn't catch all of them. 50 million, more than 50 million was still never recovered.
Right, they said they arrested 30 of them, but only 5 of them were convicted for, lengthy sentences. So take that as you will. Maybe the 30 were, smaller pieces, or they caught them and they rolled over and gave bigger info on the big masterminds, right? Like, so. Yeah,
and some of these things is kind of like, of course, you don't want to go to jail for 5 to 8 years, but some of these sentences are not like your whole life's over.
No, but I mean, I would guess that, that's how much is that? How much did these people do? 78 million?
83 million.
83 million? Like, if you're masterminding that shit, you're taking people hostage? Yeah, dude.
Right, but if you're risking going, all right, I got a chance at what? Out of your cut, maybe you get a cut of 5 million of that. All right, I'm getting a cut of 5 million with a potential jail sentence of 5 years, possibly.
Armed robbery?
I don't know. I don't know how much time they got.
Taking a hostage?
Well, like we said, 30 of them got arrested and only 5 of them got convicted.
But I mean, they must have had smaller roles in it, right? Like,
well, I do know there are criminals that have stolen stuff. They got arrested, but they didn't have the loot, and they hid it, went to jail, did their time, and then they came out and they had a bunch of loot waiting for them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just really what you did. I would think armed robbery with like kidnapping and hostage. I mean, that's gonna get you 40 plus.
Oh yeah,
maybe more.
Oh yeah.
So
well, there's some easier ways to do it. You're gonna like our number one way. That it doesn't get any easier than our number one way to rob a bank.
That's the biggest bank heist in history, man. So.
Yeah. But we're not there yet. We are on to number 3.
Yep.
Okay, this one also happened in England.
Yeah.
It was the Knightsbridge security robbery. Now, this one happened in 1987 by an Italian guy, Valerio Visei.
Yep.
Something like that, okay? Now, old Valerio, he had a little scheme that him and his buddy wanted to pull off.
Well, and old Valerio was already wanted in Italy for 50 other robberies.
Yeah.
So
Valerio's a career criminal.
This dude was a career criminal. 50 robberies, like, that's a lot, dude.
But this would prove to be his biggest and best one of all time.
And his downfall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got, he screwed himself. Karma actually came to get him on this one. But the actual robbery itself was genius. Yeah. And he pulled it off.
Yeah, he did.
So what happened was him and his accomplice, they walked into the Knightsbridge Security Bank, and they said, hey, we'd like to open a security deposit box. And they said, okay, sure. So they went, and the branch manager took them into the back, showed them back there. Yep. And then when they were in the safety deposit vault, what they did was they overpowered the branch manager, took him hostage, overpowered the guards, took them hostage, basically took over the whole branch, the whole bank, one person at a time, disarmed everybody, and then once the whole thing was secure, opened up the doors, let some more friends in, and then they just had a field day on the bank for a while.
Yeah, just ransacked it.
They ransacked it.
Yeah.
They came away with almost $100 million. They fell a little bit short, $97 million in cash and in valuables from all the different safety.
Some jewelry and shit.
Yep. And they made off with it. And they got out of there, and he did it.
Well, yeah, and then this guy flees down to South America, decides he wants to move back to England. The only way he gets caught is because he sends his new Ferrari from South America to England. They found it, tracked it, showed up at his house, boom.
Yeah, so, he returned to England and was shipping his Ferrari back.
Ferrari that he bought with that stolen fucking money.
Exactly.
So, I mean, come on, guy.
If you're going to pull off a $100 million bank heist and get away with it, can you just not ever go back to the country you do it?
Why go back? What are you doing?
And it's England.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what do you got to... Oh, man, I don't know, man. This dude just made...
It's not like you're going back to paradise. I think everyone, especially people that live in England, could probably back this up.
Not going for the weather.
You could probably live the rest of your life never going back to England and feel great about that.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're a fucking wanted criminal in Europe with having stolen, $100 million. Like, dude, just...
And you got $100 million to go sit on and do anything.
Good Lord.
Obviously, buy Ferraris.
Yeah.
So...
Yo, shit, dog.
Oh, Valerio. Why did you do that, bro? You could have just gone back to England.
I'm glad he got caught, though, because that's some stupid shit.
That's some karma shit, you know?
That's stupid.
You rob the money, you go back to the same place you robbed it, and then they catch you.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so those two are from England. Mm-hmm. I said you're going to want to know about 2 countries if you want to rob a bank. England was the first one. The second one, which takes the cake because, I mean, people are just walking out with hundreds of millions of dollars out of these banks.
Well, yeah, and these seemed like the easiest or the most simple ones, right?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't get any easier than these next 2. Number 2 on our list is called the Dar es Salaam bank heist. Dar es Salaam is a big bank in Baghdad, Iraq.
Yep.
This went down in 2007.
And there's not a ton of information on this. Like, we looked, pretty deep into stuff, and we couldn't find much about it.
Yeah, both of these last 2, we looked into them. They were so gangster and they were so secretive. No one really knows what happened.
I mean, that's what's happening in Iraq, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
when everybody was in on it. So usually you have someone along the chain that wants to crack. This seems like both of these things, everybody was in on it.
Yeah.
And they just, they had really no trail of it. So what happened was this was orchestrated by a bunch of the bank guards at the bank. So they bribed the local police. They bribed the local militia. They had people at checkpoints they had paid off. And they had basically the entire bank heist planned out in advance. They knew they were going to get the money. They were going to walk it out of the bank. And they were going to get through all the checkpoints and take it away wherever they needed to take it.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to get caught because everybody was in on it.
Well, and they were saying the next morning, like, the people that were going to work the next morning just walked up to work, doors were open, everything cashed out. They never heard a word from anybody who was there again, never heard anything about the money, and that was that.
Yep. And like we said, it was orchestrated by the guards. So it seems like what happened is the nighttime security guards or all of the guards that were in on it, they said, all right, night shift, we'll see you guys in the morning. And as soon as all the bosses left, they just popped that back door open, started loading up all the trucks. Nobody was going to stop them because they were the security. Yeah. And boom, they hightailed it out of there.
Yeah, bro, you got that much money in a truck or a whatever van, and you get to the military checkpoints or militia points. You just take out a stack of cash, give it to them, and you're straight through that.
And they had a lot of cash to give to people. Yeah. They made away with $282 million.
Yep, big money.
I don't know how many people were in on it, but you divide 282 million by any number.
Yeah, you're fine.
And you're fine.
You're fine.
Even if there was 100 people in on it, and everybody got $2.8 million.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
So that was the Dar es Salaam bank heist, 2007, Baghdad, Iraq.
Yep.
Now, if you thought that was a big number, if you thought that was easy to just rob the place you work at, how about you just rob the country that you run?
Yeah.
It doesn't get any easier than that.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Right.
That is the easiest way to do it.
Number 1 on our list, there's not even close. There's not even a competition.
Not even close.
You're going to know his name because he went down in infamy. Yeah. Saddam Hussein.
Saddam.
And his son.
Hussein.
Hussein. Okay. Yeah. This sounds like a movie plot too, but it's actually not even that good of a plot.
It can't even be a movie plot because it's just...
It's something out of just a dream, basically.
Yeah.
It's more of a dream-like scenario.
Yep.
What happened was the day before the Iraq war popped off.
Yeah, 2003.
I guess Saddam knew it was all going down, right?
Yep.
So he said, we got to get the hell out of here. So what he did was he sent his son to the bank and he said, give them this note. Apparently, he gives the bank teller a note. They know that he's the son of Saddam Hussein.
Yep.
And he says, listen, the Americans are coming. The war's about to pop off. We got to get this money out of this bank right now, or else it's going to all be seized by the Americans. Give us the money. We're here to take it. We are the government. So the bank loads up all this money, and then he hightails it out of there.
$920 million.
920 million USD.
Jesus.
And he just walked out with it.
Jesus.
I mean, it wasn't like they were stealing it, but they weren't like stealing it.
No one was going to say no.
Yeah, it was like, oh, hey, this is our money. We're just here to get it and move it. But instead of moving it to another government facility to protect it for the country, they just went ahead and moved it to their own private.
They just took it.
Yeah.
They just took it.
And they did end up getting most of the money back.
Yes, they did.
They unraveled the whole scheme.
Yep.
Saddam was not a very popular guy in Iraq after that.
No, he wasn't.
Or worldwide.
No, he was not.
So he went from robbing his country for almost $1 billion to crawling into a hole in the ground and getting caught and having no money and getting executed by his own people.
Schmuck.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy time.
That was.
The Saddam Hussein hanging. I mean, they said, yo, we got you. There's really not much trial. I think he was dead in like a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yo, we got you. Is he guilty? Yeah, guilty. All right, there's the rope. Put him over there.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
All right, so if you don't feel like working, you want to kind of get rich quick, and you don't want to grow a YouTube channel like us, we just gave you 5 ways that maybe you could get rich and be a millionaire or a billionaire.
How to make $920 million fast.
That's right. With only a pen and paper.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any easier.
Do you have a son? If not, do you have a daughter? Okay, here's how you do it.
And if you do get any of that money and get away, and if we gave you the idea, don't forget to give us a subscribe, a like, and maybe a couple milli.
We do not condone robbing banks.
No, we don't, but we do condone giving us donations.
Dollar bills.